Hey guys, once again, welcome back. You know where you are. You're probably at your home or fucking around at work, not working, watching Out of the Box with Shakey Dave. Brought to you by Resin Maniacs. Today, we have some stuff to come out of the box for you. Let's see what we got right here. Oh, looks like a base. Looks like a bust. Let's see who it came from. Saul Alvarez. Well, now there's a name. So, some of you might know Saul Alvarez is mainstay of the hobby, painter, sculptor, who personally I think should sculpt a bit more. He's a really good sculptor. And he's written for many magazines and is also a commission painter. Funny thing about Saul, I taught that man everything he knows about parkour. Anyway, on to the review. So, we're going to open it up here, and what we're reviewing today is this beautiful new bust sculpted by Jeff Yeager of Jack from American Werewolf in London. And man, already, man, that's a cool bust. There is the bust there. Now let's go ahead and check out the base we got going on here. I really like that. Okay. Oh, that's great. That's a great little detail there. Okay, anyway, the base is really cool. I like it says Beware the Moon, which I'm sure we can refer to the bust as Beware the Moon. And looking at it right away, it's got that caught me right away there, the wolf claw mark there. And I really like the textured sculpt on that. And then we have a nice little extra here, the slaughtered lamb, the sign of the slaughtered lamb, which is great. This would, just a quick note, this would make a cool fridge magnet, you know, if you don't want to include it in your bust piece. So, let's check it out. Let's get into this. All right, the bust was sculpted by Jeff Yeager. So, already we know it's good. And, Jeff Yeager is very well known for basically classic monsters and things like that we know of. And it's always refreshing to see it when Yeager sculpts something that's not a Frankenstein or a Dracula or a Wolfman or so on. And he's really great with likenesses. And this likeness to Jack is spot on. But as of note, right out of the gate, one thing I can say that I really like about this piece is we're seeing something from Yeager in this that we don't always see, and that is some good gore. And it's always fun to see a sculptor when they sculpt something you're not used to seeing them doing all the time. And this really shows that this dude can, Saul got a hold of the right guy here. You know, then again, I mean, but man, it looks great. The way the flesh is broke apart. And man, I'm not sure how molding that was fun. Or it might actually be one of those things that's easier than you think. But the look off to the side with the sculpted in eyes looks great. The hair. I mean, everything seems to be on point here. And then onto this base is simple but really effective because it has that look of what would be the outside of like an old building. So you can kind of assume maybe this is the outside of the slaughtered lamb here. And then you have the four, you know, where the wolf clawed down. And I just like that Beware the Moon. And looking at this, you're keen to kind of think, you got to paint this in a glowing moonlight fashion. And then little extras. It's always fun when kits come with little extras. It's too big. I was thinking maybe you could put it on the back there, but it's a little too big. But I mean, you could easily, I don't know, just make a nice little stand for it. Me personally, I'm going to put a little magnet on there and do a little afternoon paint job, and it's going to go on my refrigerator. So that is really cool. Now, casting wise, man, this is solid. This, bathe it, prime it, you're good to go. Same thing here. And let's see, old Jack here is basically just what's going to be tedious is just the faint mold line in the hair, and it's faint. Gonna have to, yeah, that's really it. I mean, this is a really well cast piece. The likeness is wonderful. And yeah, just a little sanding, maybe a little filing in there so, you know, you don't smooth out the hairline too much. But basically what we're looking at here is man, they knocked this out of the park. And of course you're going to with Jeff Yeager. It's got a weird key. It's kind of, it's been off here. At first I thought maybe it was a molding issue, but oh, everything's perfect. I guess that's just how he's gonna sit, and you do have options of, you know, you can keep him like that. That's how I'll do him, but you can give him a little turn, a little, you know, something. We're looking at, this is $65 plus $10 shipping US or $25 in the UK. So basically, if you're in the US, it's $75 shipped, and I mean, and it's a good quarter scale bust. Lightness is great. I'm trying to find out. It's a great piece. This is awesome. Sorry, I'm just really taken by this. This is a wonderful likeness. Contact Saul. It's Saul62 at AOL.com. He also has a couple other kits he's producing out there as well too. This is his latest, Beware the Moon, sculpted by Jeff Yeager. And if you're an American Werewolf in London fan, you gotta have this, especially at the price point. It's great. And American Werewolf is one of the best, well, I'll say it's the best contemporary horror movie, and arguably one of the best werewolf horror movies of all time. John Landis, Rick Baker, and funny note is John Landis actually wrote that movie. I think he was working on Kelly's Heroes as a gopher back in the 60s. He wrote it when he was like 18 or 19, and essentially the movie you saw, I believe they only changed like one scene out of the whole entire film. But it's one of the best horror movies ever made, horror comedy actually. And if you're a fan, you got to get this. Because I'm real taken with it. It's got me like fumbling. So anyway, I'm the clip. Hit up Saul62 at AOL.com and get this in your mitts ASAP. And as always, thanks so much for tuning in to Resin Maniacs. And if you have a kit you'd like us to review, hit us up, get a hold of us on Resin Maniacs. And also what I'd like to see in your comments on this is your build-ups of this, please. I want to see what everyone takes with it, because the gore can be done so many different ways. And I look forward to seeing them. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you soon.